You know that feeling when you charge your phone to 100% and you're like, perfect, I'm safe. Then you check later, and it's already dropped way more than it should, and you're sitting there thinking, I barely used it. What is happening? Is my phone secretly doing a bunch of stuff? Is my battery getting old? Or is there actual physics behind why it drains so fast? Welcome to the smart side. We learn new stuff every day. And by the end of this video, you'll understand what's draining your battery, why it feels worse than it should, and what your phone is doing behind your back to stay alive. Okay, first thing. A phone battery is not a tank of energy. It's not like a bottle that just slowly empties. A battery is a chemical machine. It's more like a factory, and every time you use your phone, that factory has to run. Inside a lithium-ion battery, tiny lithium ions move back and forth between two materials. Charging pushes them mostly to one side. Using your phone pulls them back, so your battery isn't holding electricity. It's holding the potential to make electricity through chemistry. And the moment your phone asks for power, the battery starts doing work. Real work. Now, here's the part people don't expect. Even if your phone uses, say, 1 unit of energy, the battery often has to spend more than 1 unit to deliver it, because moving electricity through real materials has a cost, and that cost shows up as heat. This is just physics. Resistance. Current through resistance equals heat. So part of your battery is powering the phone, and part is being burned off as a tiny, invisible delivery fee. And now the big reason your battery feels like it drops fast. Your phone doesn't drain power smoothly. It drains in bursts. Sometimes it sips. Sometimes it chugs. And those chug moments, that's where your percentage disappears. Think of it like this. If you drive calmly, your fuel lasts. If you slam the gas at every green light, your tank collapses. Phones do the slam the gas thing constantly, and you don't always notice it. Let's start with the obvious culprit, the screen. A bright display is basically a little spotlight that never stops. If your brightness is high, you're paying for it every second. And outdoors is the worst, because your phone doesn't gently increase brightness. It punches it up so you can actually see the screen. Now, right behind the screen is the processor. Basically, your phone's brain. Processors are weird because they're not working a little all the time. They sprint, then they rest, then they sprint again. Scrolling, loading apps, gaming, recording video, those are sprints. And sprints take power fast. And again, more power means more heat. So you pay twice, once for the work and once for the heat. But honestly, the most brutal battery killer is sometimes not the screen. It's the connection. Wi-Fi, cellular, Bluetooth. They're always negotiating, always listening, always checking if they need to transmit again. And cellular gets nasty when your signal is weak. Here's what's actually happening. When the signal is weak, your phone tries harder. It boosts transmit power, retries more, and spends more time hunting for a stable link. So in places like elevators, parking garages, stairwells, subways, your phone is basically yelling, "Hello, can you hear me?" over and over. That's why you can walk into a building with 60% and walk out with 35% like you got robbed. Now, let's talk about the percentage itself, because battery percent is not a perfect fuel gauge. It's an estimate, a pretty smart estimate, but still an estimate. The phone mainly watches battery voltage, but voltage is tricky because it drops under heavy load. So when your phone is working hard, the voltage sags and the phone thinks, okay, we're lower than we thought. That's why sometimes you'll see your percent drop fast during heavy use. Then later, it feels more stable. That's not your battery playing games. That's physics plus a calculator making guesses. Now the villain that changes everything. Temperature. Batteries hate extreme temperatures. Cold slows the chemistry. Heat speeds it up, but also ages the battery faster. In the cold, lithium ions move more slowly. Internal resistance goes up. Voltage sags more. So the phone hits the low battery cutoff sooner. That's why phones can die at 20% in winter. The battery isn't empty. It just can't deliver power cleanly in that moment. In heat, the phone tries to protect itself. It might dim the screen, slow the processor, limit charging, which feels like, Why is my phone suddenly slow? But it's often your phone choosing survival over speed. Now, zoom out for a second. Even if you're not using your phone, modern phones are still doing things. Syncing, checking for notifications, refreshing apps, maintaining security, keeping location services ready. And here's the trade-off. We want everything to feel instant. Instant unlock, instant camera, instant messages, instant everything. But instant means the phone can't fully sleep. It has to stay half awake, ready to jump. And readiness costs energy. So, the real answer to why does my battery drain so fast is usually this. Your phone is paying for speed, brightness, and connection, plus the physics tax of heat and imperfect conditions. Here are some quick takeaways. 1. Your battery is a chemical engine, not a tank. Push it hard and you lose efficiency. 2. Weak signal drains battery because your phone works harder to stay connected. 3. Percent drops aren't perfectly linear because voltage sags under load. 4. Cold weather can make a battery look worse instantly because chemistry slows down. 5. Instant everything is expensive because the phone can't fully rest. So if your battery drains fast, it's usually not one huge mystery. It's a bunch of small drains stacking on top of each other. Screen, processor bursts, radios, signal quality, temperature, and background activity. If you enjoyed this and learned something new, please like and subscribe. It genuinely means a lot to us, and it helps the smart side keep making videos like this. And I'm curious, what hits your battery the hardest? Brightness, signal, or something else? Tell me in the comments.